Prince Institute. Exercise 128. Sir Happy Singh. Ready? Start. Sir, I am not for hiding the black deeds of any government, the previous government or any other government. I am not for hiding the black deeds of the previous government, some of whose black deeds were brought out during this discussion, and about the present government. I am all for the Honorable Minister getting more time to expose more of those misdeeds. Sir, the misdeeds of the present government and the misdeeds of the previous government during the emergency period stand on the same footing. The misdeeds of the present government stand on the same footing as the emergency misdeeds of the previous government. Sir, I am only referring to the emergency period misdeeds, some of which were brought out during the discussion. But what I saying is that those misdeeds are continued under the present government. Now, the Honorable Minister was talking of an independent judiciary and all that. Now, may I ask why there was a public controversy, why editorials were written, why articles were also written, and why discussions were held to the effect that your cabinet was divided, that one wing was opposed to appointing the Chief Justice of India, and that the other wing was not opposed to his appointment. Sir, the two wings of the cabinet were fighting like co-wives on the question because he had interpreted the law as it existed during the emergency. I would not leave it at that. Now, sir, he says that the gentleman concerned, who happens to be his relation, has changed his mind. If the gentleman concerned was not his relation, and if there was no change of government, then this change of mind could be looked at in a detached manner and could be taken not of as an action of a single person in his own self-interest. But here the government has changed, the opportunity has changed, and the mind has changed. Now, sir, this is something fishy. Now, there is another thing also. I am told I wish to be corrected, and I do not want to be on the wrong footing, that actually there were two letters written and not one letter written by him, and in the first letter he only communicated his consent to the suggestion. He had not desired nor wants to go back. He had not asked to his idea as put there. And, sir, there was another letter written. It is said that Mr. Yours had recommended to the governor for permanent appointment as justice. The same governor had agreed to it. Then came the acting appointment. The same governor who had agreed to the permanent appointment after being the nominee of the president wholeheartedly agrees to something else. This is what he himself says. After that, what happens is that he becomes the president's nominee and the president's rule is there. He forgets that he had agreed to a request of the chief minister who had demanded his permanent appointment. Then, sir, there is one more thing. Now, is it not a fact that he has been deprived of his right after he says that he does not know whether he would be reverted or not? A judge is appointed on the request of a chief minister that he should be permanently appointed, and now he is likely to be reverted, and all that is done in the circumstances when a relation of our dear law minister was involved and his chance was to be created. Then I go a step further. He says that the government of India was implicated in the High Court case. I agree, but it was only technically implicated. Now see how strange it appears to be. A judge resigns, he resigns prospectively, and then, because of certain happenings like the change of government, a new opportunity is created. He changes his mind and he wants to withdraw his resignation, and it becomes a legal battle. If the government of India was implicated, the government of India man could act there as an observer. If there were any remarks against the government of India, he could intervene. But that is not done. Even the Assistant Solicitor General fought the case on their behalf. I have not seen the record as to who was the lawyer more anxious to defend Mr. Satish Chandra to get him back. But when the appeal stage comes, the man involved disappears. The appeal is not filed by Justice Satish Chandra because the High Court had rejected it. When it comes to the Supreme Court, the Union government files the appeal. The Union government defends the appeal. All these technicalities are there. Whether the minister himself dealt with the case or it was passed on to the Prime Minister is not relevant to me. Here is a case which involved the future of a judge who was in double mind. After resigning, his resignation was allowed to be withdrawn. Then the High Court came into the picture. The High Court said that it could not be allowed to be withdrawn.